Alright, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Imhotep, can you hear me? Hold on a moment. If I can. The audio occasionally messes up, so I'm trying to see if I can be heard. Can you hear me? Alright, can you hear me? Alright, good. Can you hear me? Check this out. We're going to go straight into this. This is, so I read this article today. Alright? Now, first off, I want you all to know that I recently released maybe 4 or 5 books, right? Let me write down Peace Family. I recently released 4 books. They're quote books. They look beautiful. They look gorgeous. Check out the link. Otherwise, right? But before all that, I want you to understand a very basic principle, and it's the title of this article, this YouTube video, right? And the title is, let me double check. The title is, if you are not about economic reconstruction, right, you are about African child rape. And you might say to yourself, no, look, nothing to go so, You might say, look, I am not about African child rape, but I'm also not about economic reconstruction. And the truth is that you have to be one or the other. Okay, you have to be one or the other. And this is what I'm going to explain to you, because and I shouldn't even say about. I should say if you're not working toward the reconstruction of Africa's economy, right? If you're not working toward the reconstruction of Africa's economy, then you are working toward the rape of African children. You understand? If you are not working toward the reconstruction of Africa's economy, you are working toward the rape of African children. And again, you might say, look, boss, all I do is I go from one, I go do 1, 2, I go from point A from point B, and I do none of this, right? You might say that, right? But you have to understand that this is a world. You understand? This is a world where you have predators and prey. You understand? You have predators and prey, and it's your responsibility as a hunter, let's say, right? Or as a protector. It's your responsibility to put up a fence against the predators. You see? And the fence against the predators that make me mad, right, is economics. It's politics. It's culture. Okay? It's ethics. It's building. It's nation building. And if you're not about nation building, what you are doing is that you're saying, look, I'm not about putting up a fence when I know the predator is out there. I had a conversation with a sister, on the worship, right? But I had a conversation. This is what I tell you: come to the African worship. Come to the worship. All right? It's tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right? But you come onto the program, because what we need our people to understand what is going on in this world. You see? Because she's telling me, she's saying, look, one people. Basically, look here. There's several economic models in this world, right? Several economic models, and you're going to see what happened in the Gambia was a failure on part of their one economic model. But everybody has an economic model, okay? Everybody has an economic model, and so let's say you go basic, primitive, original, okay? I shouldn't say primitive, original. Primitive and original mean the same thing, but original economic models, right? You might say, look, there are some people who nomad, shepherd. You see, nomad, horse, cow, that sort of stuff, right? You have people who build up crop, build agriculture. You have people who go hunting, right? And you have to understand this. Per acreage, well, I shouldn't even use acreage, but per kilometer square, right? Let's say per square kilometer, right? How much food can you get from hunting versus how much food you can get from agriculture, right? Now, this is it. The truth is this, that a bigger population means a better defense. Because when you have a bigger population, you have more people available to be soldiers. You see? You see, if everybody's in the production of food, then you don't have enough time for people to be soldiers. Or you don't have any time for full-time and soldiers. You see? Now, this is just basic. This is basic, almost irrelevant, right? Almost irrelevant, but this is basic economics, okay? The basic is you want to have a bigger population, so you want to have more land acreage. And you might say to yourself, well, look, or you might have more, more land volume or area, right? You might say to yourself, well, why? So what happens is this. So a population that's about agriculture may impede on a population about hunting. And you might say, well, no, everybody should have their own land. But if the population that's hunting has way too much land for their small population, if they adopted agriculture, then the agriculturalists may impede on their land. And you might say, well, no, that's wrong. Everybody should have their own land, right? Even if they have more land than they need. Or maybe they have more land because they're using a less efficient, remember efficiency, a less efficient economic model. And this is economic efficiency is the key to Africa's liberation. You see? And that's what you and I are supposed to be bringing, but we're not bringing. You see? And this is why there's trouble going on in Africa. And I'm going to go into that article. But what I want to explain to you, right, is that if you do not, and you don't, but look, if you do not do land efficiency, what happens is your population will not grow to where it needs to be for when the enemy comes, because the enemy is coming. You see, it don't matter if I say, hey, look, oh, you know what? I respect your land. You have good land rights. You just hunt. I'll just do my agriculture on this little land. I'll just do my farming on this little land. You hunt on that big land, right? But then when you don't have enough people, when Wazungu shows up, right? Then all of you will be exterminated. You understand? All of you will be reduced to what you're going to see in this article. So you see what I write. I write on this, and this is again, you follow the social media, follow the YouTube, follow the Twitter, follow the YouTube. You can hit me up on Tumblr if you want me not go there too much. I don't go there too much. You can hit me up on WordPress. I don't really do that. But look, Twitter, YouTube, right? Yeah, I know. I need my. Look, Twitter, YouTube, right? Gambia, okay? I say so a brother writes down. He says, inside pedo paradise, the Gambia, where Brit sex beasts are buying African children and toddlers to rape. Now, here's the main thing you're gonna see. The next word you see, if you pay attention, it says thesun.co.uk, right? So most people say, look, if it's the Sun, dismiss it. If it's the Sun, dismiss it, right? Now, I'm gonna just address that quickly, okay? Because I wrote last article I had, right? Some brother comes in, a brother, sister, I don't know, right? I really don't know who this person was, but somebody come in on the podcast and they say, look, it's true. All right, so the last podcast, if you remember what it was, it says, why are writers from Africa disparaging African Americans? And I was just reacting to the article, right? So somebody come in and he says, I guess Jerry, I don't know, Jerry could be a man or woman, I don't know, but they go, it's true, Africans are overstepping their boundaries. We are not the same people. If we started doing news reports on the drama in Africa, nobody would like that. But this is the question. See, I didn't say whether it was good or bad. I said, look, with what news agency? You understand? Because you're going to go after the Sun and be like, the Sun's not reputed, blah, blah. But what you're going to see about the Sun that you don't see about you is that the Sun has journalists. Now, give me 2 seconds. Hold on a moment. So, what I say, what news agency? Wait, give me 2 seconds. Hold on. Go sit down. Yeah, the Sun has journalists. You see? The Sun has journalists. If you don't have journalists, you can't do anything. So I asked the person, I said, look, man, what news agency? They decide to say, well, we're in a time where it's not about news agencies. No, you see, never in a time where it's not about news agencies. You have to have journalists out on the street to report something. Otherwise, you're reporting what somebody else said. And this is what I'm doing here with the Sun. But the trouble is this: if If you don't have the journalists, what else can I do? And this is the same thing that this person is probably going to say. But news agency, everybody's getting information from social media. So you're not getting any information from social media. You're getting regurgitation from social media. The news agencies even follow social media now, right? How about every black news outlet is not owned by black people and they're purposely showing black Americans in a bad light, then later show how their own culture is a good light, blah, blah, blah. Here's a small list. Love and Hip Hop, World Star, Media Takeout, Baller Alert, The Root. You not go on. Blah, 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 blah. You can see it's all a bunch of blah, blah, blah. Right? Is you a black and you not? I said, I don't know what you're saying. I asked what news agencies and you told me social media websites. You see? That's shameless. That's senseless. If you want to engage in journalism, where are your journalists? If you have them, then you're not even equipped to do what you say. Because you're like, hey man, what if we report it? You can't report anything if you don't have journalists. You see? If you don't have people walking, if you want people walking around in Africa seeing something, you tell me. I want to know it. But if you just have white people going around Africa and telling me, right, then you're a problem too. Because if you notice in this article, the white people don't do anything to stop what's going on. When I respect your response, blah, blah, I'm not debating, blah, blah, I don't know what he's saying. I said, look, we're not even fighting. I'm letting you know why your idea of retaliation cannot materialize because you are wholly dependent on white journalism. Get your weight up. Then maybe you can make threats. But keep thinking we're fighting. You understand? I don't know why I decide my own thing. You know? But look, this is it though. So some people say, hey, look, man, I don't love the sun, blah, blah, blah. No. The sun is not good. No, I know it's not good. No white journalist is good. But what we need is a black journalist down there. But let me go into this article. You see it's disgusting. But I'm going to go into this. Now, here's some of the comments before. You know, the question is, and this is what I'm trying to tell you. Some of our people do not understand why this is happening. Why don't they just shoot them? You see? Well, what's wrong with Africans? They're accepting money for their children to be raped. And look, I mean, some of the stuff you click at, you see, I write. Look, it's happening in New York, but you know, I'll go into this on the article. All right, I'll go into this on the article because you know, I said, look, you could go to Twitter, you could follow, right? You could follow, get my followers up, right? You could go to YouTube, you could follow here, and if you follow here, what's good is that I can also put ads and stuff. Or I could even write articles on YouTube. But you need a certain amount of people to do that, you know. And I don't have the certain subscribers. So definitely subscribe. Definitely tell people to subscribe so that I can actually put up posts too. But you know, like written posts. You know, so I can just share the article with you without having to read it to you, right? But anyway, look here. So. Inside pedo paradise, the Gambia, where sex beasts are buying African children and toddlers to rape. You understand? Again, it's the sun, but, and look, investigation. You see, investigation. This is something that you have to be doing, and if you're not doing, then you're not helping at all. You're not helping sitting down in comfort. Did I even read this post? What I said? You're not helping sitting down in comfort. You know, you're not helping sitting down in comfort. Look, Zambia needs better economic reconstruction. Most of Africa does. As long as we sit back in comfort, we are complicit with the rape of our children. Complicit. You understand? But let's go. Huge number of protesters. Gambian children are being sold to pedophiles for as little as €2 a time by their desperate parents. Sun Online can reveal. Right? So that's it. You know, and this is €2, which I guess, you know, I mean, if you do the conversion, you might be like, well, that's a certain number. It don't matter. Just say, if you're doing US dollars, let's say $2. Okay, for $2, they're getting children from their parents to rape, and everybody knows this. And the thing is, this is common everywhere in the world where there are black children. It's not just in Gambia. This is in Kenya. Right? This is in Kenya. This is in Senegal. This was already admitted on this post. But I knew about this stuff in Queens. You know, in New York City. And it's not just black kids. To be honest, it's white kids there too. Because you know, it's richer clientele buying white kids. But what I'm trying to let you know is that there are pedophiles, there are predators, and unless you put up a fence, right? Unless you put up a fence, you're responsible. You understand? When we go back to the ancient African codes, and I probably even put that up. It's called like one of these brothers, one of my favorite authors, one of my other favorite authors, but he's like a novelist, right? Is this brother named Brother G, right? And what Brother G does is he writes this. He wrote about what the code of blameless Ethiopians was, okay? And I thought that was a really fascinating thing to read because it's consistent with what you would expect from us as a people, okay? So this is not an official code. It's more like just something that the brother came up with, right? So you go to my website, the African Blood Siblings, obviously, right? You go to my website, and this is it: 10 principles of comments by Onitaset. But the 10 principles, and the brother just said it was 10 general. I didn't even know they were. I didn't know he made them up. But look, the author of Memnon series, Brother G, reviewed ancient Kemetic texts and other ancient symbolism, finally simplifying the lifestyle of ancient Africans into 10 maxims he calls the 10 principles of the blameless Ethiopians, right? 10 principles of the blameless Ethiopians are as follows. 1. Covet no land or riches that the Supreme Being does not naturally grant you. 2. Respect the opposite sex as your equal and your complement. 3. Give unto the world what you would have the world give unto you. 4. Always seek balance in all things, for only in harmony can there be growth. 5. Honor your ancestors, especially those who sought justice and balance in their time upon the earth. 6. Seek not simply to do good, but encourage others to do good as well. 7. Always seek higher wisdom in all of life's endeavors. 8. Honor and safeguard the children who have come to forge the future of the world. 9. Seek to be part of a brotherhood, sisterhood, or group, for we accomplish more together than alone. And 10. Have no tolerance for evil and injustice, so that you will forever be known as blameless. Now understand that blameless does not mean innocent. Blameless means that you've done what you're supposed to do. You've done as much as you can. And if African people are suffering, you haven't done enough. Especially if you're sitting down comfortable. You understand? So let's go to this. Huge number of predators are taking advantage of lax laws. Lax laws. Listen to that. Lax laws. So they're not even laws. The laws not even necessarily in place. But not just that, they're not enforced. They're not blah blah. This means that this is a country that needs to be reconstructed. Okay? The goal of you as an African individual is to get into Africa and get in control of those governments by any means necessary. You know, and look, it could be shaking hands. Could be shaking hands. Hey man, clean your act up. Okay? It could be that. But whatever it is, what I'm saying is going to cost a lot on our part, and we got to get it done. I'm telling you right now, people do not want me in Africa because I'm going to carry a cane. You hear me? I'm going to carry a cane. Shit. Huge number of predators are taking advantage of lax laws in poverty-stricken African countries to embark on sick child abuse holidays when they openly target little boys and girls. Look at this. A tourist wades into the sea with a small African child where child abuse is rife. This is another one. This is some kid and some white dude. And look at this. These are black patrons sitting around. Whatever. Can I get a drink yet? Can I get some service? You understand? A man with a British accent holds a scared toddler in his arms. You see what I'm saying? His mama done gave this boy away. This white boy, I don't want to tell you what this white boy's doing. But you know, you can't, some of you just like, oh, he's just holding a kid. What's wrong with all that? You want me to describe to you what kind of pain a child will go through? From what this white man has planned in his head? You want me to describe that to you? Are you going to sit there? You just going to sit there? Come on. Fed Online saw firsthand how poor Gambian children can be vulnerable to British pedos when we visited the beach resorts that dot Kokoli on the country's picturesque Atlantic coastline. Our reporter, I know I said that word wrong. Who cares? Look, that's what I'm saying. You worry about the wrong things. You worried about the wrong things. Our reporters were, and look, see, our reporters. How many reporters you got in the Gambia? How many reporters you finance in the Gambia? You know how many times I hear white folk like, hey man, you know what? We got a new news agency. We just want direct support from our people, and we're glad you gave it to us. You know what I hear white people saying how much support they get from their own to do things all around the world? And then you still sitting on your ass. You know, after you probably done clicked out of this video to go look at some woman dancing. She turned good for her. You understand? And then she go, and then there's gonna be some old ass man who's gonna tell the same little boy twerk for him, just like that little girl, that woman you watching, or whatever you looking at. I don't care. What I care about is getting our children safe. And if you about that, don't sweat nothing else but that. Again, you gotta build a fence. If you ain't building no fences, then you're a problem. A reporter was constantly shocked by the number of unaccompanied African minors he saw being cared for by the middle-aged Western men who do not appear to be their biological fathers. Right? And again, he's a goomy douche. Oh, whoa, look at that. Taking pictures. You know, I'm telling you, you don't understand how much pain these children are going through. How much confusion is being put into these children. How little opportunity they're going to have in the future because of what's happening. I wish I could articulate it. You know, the little girls not going to school anymore, right? Seeing better to just sell themselves for years, all up into their 30s. Some of these 30-year-old women, you guys are, oh my gosh, I'm an only fan. I'm a fan of the, you know, I'm looking at, some of them were molested from jump. And now the product is this woman you shaming. Or the woman that you selling, here's $2 free reels, you know, whatever you're doing, I don't know. But this all builds up. Some of them bots while you looking at, you like, man, this guy's a fan, I don't like these fans. Some of them are these kids. Okay, these kids that you didn't burn and save when you had the chance. And you just sitting back criticizing them when they're adults. Instead of worrying about how can I develop our children to be safe. How can I protect the future of my people? You looking at the present, not understanding the connection to the past, not understanding the connection to the future, not understanding the connection that the children have to the future. Encourages witness, including a girl aged between 6 and 8, having lunch with a balding, white-haired man in a restaurant filled with similarly aged tourists. Same day we saw a stoutly built man in his 50s and 60s wading to the ocean, gripping the hand of a tiny African child in white swimming shorts. Equally unsettling was the sight of a Gambian toddler watching wide-eyed with fear as a middle-aged white woman got into a fist fight with a young black prostitute at a popular beach bar. It was 11:30 p.m. at night and the air was thick with cigarette smoke. The child, no older than 2, was being held closely by a white man with a British accent. They're telling you where they at. And look, white people, so you looking at this like, oh my gosh, Dakar? Really? Dakar as well? Bonjour? Oh my gosh. White people looking at this like, oh, I know where my next vacation's at. These niggas ain't protecting nobody. They ain't protecting their kids. They don't care. Oh, I can get it for 2 pounds? Shit, I got 50 pounds. I'm there. That's why you been selling you. Should have sold for 2 pounds. Our investigation comes as experts warn that the economic crisis unleashed by the collapse of travel firm Thomas Cook is helping turn the former British colony into a pedophile paradise where perverts can operate unchecked. So look, Thomas Cook, travel firm. Okay? Understand, so there's this travel firm. So look at this. Flew 45%. So you depending on this white boy, Thomas Cook. Actually, I don't know if he's a white boy, but you depending on this travel firm, Thomas Cook, for 100,000 visitors, right? And then you depending on one company, right? For 45% of your travels, and then that company goes under. You understand? This is why. Jewish Nyerere, like I said in the other book, you know, I have this book, the quote book, right? Get the quote book. Okay, get the quote book. At least get greatest orders. Get all of them, but at least get greatest orders. Because, and like I said, get the book of power. Get it. Because I put in the book what Jewish Nyerere said in regards to how you develop an economy. And he did it. I put what Maurice Bishop said. He did it. So I'm giving you the information, and you saying that, oh my gosh, how can parents do this? No, how can you do this? You got the information. They don't have the information. Then you know the book might be a little pricey. If you selling your kid for 2 pounds, maybe the book's a little pricey for you. I got a little cheaper books, the quote books. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. You can also go to Africa and give them the quote books. Get you a handful. Give it to them. Give it away. And there's 4. But you look at what Giuliani said, and he's saying, look, you can't leave the people in charge of the economy. You have to do it yourself. If the economy is based off of tourism, when the tourism falls, the people will starve. You can't just have an economy based on tourism. Because the people will starve. Because you understand, look, I told him in the Discord, in the worship, there was a sister. She's in East Africa, and she's like, hey, she thought I was a white boy. I don't know how, but I guess I was helping her learn English, and I sent her some white books, I guess. So she probably thought I was a white boy for that. I don't know, right? I sent her some black books. I sent her some white books, right? Because like white books are a little easier to read, a little less political too, right? So I mean, she never read them, but whatever. The point was that when she thought I was a white boy, she was like, "Oh, come, you can stay at my house," and all that jazz. She was just inviting me over, because she's like, because she figured if I was a white boy, I have a lot of money to give to the local economy. You get what I'm saying? Oh, I'll show you where to eat. This is a restaurant. I'll show you where to do this. All that stuff. That's the problem with a tourist economy. It's not a productive economy, and you can see what they say. Okay, so this company, we're bankrupt. Right? In exclusive interview, the national blah blah reveals that both tourists are targeting African minors. Right? Male and female tourists target African minors. He warns sex is cheap in my country and children are being sold for as little as $150 or just over 2 euros. I'm guessing that's euros or pounds. I really don't know. Some of the parents know their children are being abused and they're accepted because they are so desperate for food in their bellies. And that's what I'm saying. You gotta understand, like I said, if you're not feeding people, they will find a way to eat. And you might be like, well, I don't know, because right now I'm kind of hungry. But I'm just going to open my fridge and eat. That's it. I'm just going to open my fridge and eat. That's what I do when I'm hungry. Right? If you open your fridge and there's no food, then you go to the store and you get some food. This is how the white boy designed the economy. Listen to me. Nobody's eating for free. Okay? Nobody's eating for free. So you either go to the food, you either go to whatever, or you go to the store. Now, if I don't have any money, right? And I go to the store to go eat, guess what? I'm not going to eat. Now, if I don't eat for a day, that's kind of crappy. Like right now, I'm feeling kind of like, oh my gosh, let me stop this podcast and go eat. Right? But if I don't eat for 2 days, if I don't eat for 3 days, and then you say, hey man, I gotta wait for you to get $2, right? You think I'm gonna be like, nah man, I don't know what the fuck you want from me. You understand? Unfortunately, we have to. Well, not unfortunately. Look, if you're an adult, okay. If you're a child, don't worry about this. But if you're an adult, then get your black ass up and build an economy in Africa. And guess what? Just open the freaking door to everybody every African person in the world. That's it. Okay. Just because you have to understand, if you have like one of these people here later, 6 children. You have 6 children. None of them got food to eat for 3 days. Right? One of them might kill over and die. Or let's say, let's be realistic. They do. If you don't eat, you will die. You understand? In that equation, living or being raped or whatever. Let's not even say rape. Living or having, unfortunately, you understand? Unfortunately, that's how white people set it up. And unless you unset it, you have it set it up that way too. You have it set up for white people to rape African children. I'm trying to let you understand that. And it's not just the children, obviously, it's the adults too. Your prostitution is just that. Hey, I fucked up your economy. I don't want to curse, but I fucked up your economy. Now, if you want money, I got a good economy. $50 ain't nothing to me. It's a lot to you. You can eat for another week. So, come and do XYZ. And I'm going to do XYZ more. And you can even get a little more money if you let me do ABC. And you might be like, hey man, it's not fair. It's not fair. No. This is what's set up. This is why I said, look. A lot of these nations in Africa, we have to roll deep in Africa. We have to roll deep and give these politicians a talking to. Okay? We got to roll deep and give these politicians a talking to. And whatever and look, we got to come to a compromise where it's like, look, what about protecting our children? Our children are going to be protected whether you like it or not. So you better like it. That's it. You better like the protection of our children. Because it's not going to go this way. It's not going to go this way where these politicians are sitting up. Yeah, man, we got lots of money. What are you talking about? Africa's not poor. I'm a millionaire. I'm a millionaire. And if I want to eat, I just, and I get food. Why don't they do that? You can't. You understand? You can't. So I was not too naive to realize they think the Westerners paying their bills, helping their boy and girl, the kindness of their heart, while in reality of bad intentions. Now look, this is the stupidity of the Christian religion. First off, you're supposed to be teaching people, look, the white man is trouble. But if you don't know the white man is trouble, it's probably because you're a Christian or something. It's probably because you're a Christian, because there's no way you don't know the white man's trouble. Otherwise. But it's because they established themselves as divine humanitarians, right? And the thing is this: what you should have is such that they look at black folk as doing stuff out of the kindness of their heart. They're not gonna look at that. They're gonna look at you as they don't even know you fucking exist because you're not doing anything. But sitting on your ass, talking to nobody. Why are they doing this? Why don't we shoot them? Like for some reason you think that the people who can't afford food, just armed to the teeth. It's armed to the teeth. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what you think. Oh, how the Dominicans are poisoning everybody. Yeah. I mean, look, you can show, like, this is what I'm saying. Like, what are you even talking about? These white folk are just walking around on the beach, and this is like you gonna see. I mean, I don't even want to go through all this because I don't know if I have enough time. Like I said, I need to go eat. You know what I'm saying? But look, child abuse is not the same. Gambia and the government is not doing enough to stop it, right? Again, step your game up. And the thing is this: they might not step their game up. You got to. Because you're sitting down, oh my gosh, tape. And then later on, there's another girl missing, oh my gosh, tape. And then, oh my gosh, Donald Trump said, tape. That's called Twitter fingers. Twitter warriors. You might be like, hey man, Ollie, aren't you on Twitter? Stop that noise. I'm on Twitter because I'm promoting this podcast. Come on, I'm selling books. You know what I'm saying? It's not complicated. Our children are being like, what are you doing on Twitter? You ain't got no books, you ain't got no, come on. You talking about overdose moves, Twitter too? Alright. Our children are being approached directly on the beaches of the street, and the child abusers from all over Europe, including the UK, are coming from for this. I want to make this clear, this does not involve men, but also adult women who are paying for sex with teenage boys. We have laws that are supposed to stop this from happening, but they are not enforced while becoming blah blah. Right? Now look, see this right here in the background? That's what tourist economy looks like. Hey, let's sell a bunch of stuff to tourists, right? But if, like there's actually an African market in Harlem, right, where people just sit around and wait for pretty much white folk to come buy artifacts from Africa, or even black folk to come by. But like most people know, hey, I could probably get it cheaper in Africa, a lot cheaper in Africa. But they figure, hey, this is like it's actually a little safer space. But a lot of times it's poorly attended, and what they do is they barter. They charge white folk a little more, and they might charge, they charge everybody more. But whatever. Look, 2 school-age girls play at the feet of 2 men. Their moms nowhere in sight. I don't know if this is a school-age girl, but look at this right here. You see? Playing at this white boy's feet. He's just sitting around. Man, it's hot. And you know what's gonna happen. I look like she's topless. You know what's gonna happen. And this has been happening for years now. For years. I mean, this in Gambia might have just recent, but Senegal, you have like I saw a documentary where they've been doing this, like a documentary from way back. Come on, a tourist in a yellow top sits beside a young black boy at a cafe. And this is why I want you to understand too. Like, when you, like nobody's going to just give you, I mean, people can give you money for free. You know, just be like, hey, you know, you're a nice person, give you money. But it's not, it's like there's something about money. You know what I'm saying? There's something about money where it's like, why would I do that? Like, I don't want, cause like let's say 50 euros. Now, for these people, they probably, well, this is what I'm saying. Like, 50 euros could be a few hours of work for these people. Or even some of these people might be 1 hour or less than an hour. But it don't matter. It's still work. You understand? So I don't know if they're just going to give it to you. But anyway, if tourism makes up 1/3, oh, hold on a second. Let me just check. Yeah. Anyway, look. As tourism makes up 1/3 of the country's GDP, there are fears that business will go bust and locals. Look, tourism makes up 1/3 of the country's GDP. 1/3 of the country's GDP was dependent on tourism, and 45% of that tourism came from one company that wasn't even African. That's irresponsible of this government. Irresponsible, and that's the cause. And the thing is this: if you saw the other podcast I had, I was telling you, look, in Gambia there's you can grow mango, you can grow a lot of mango, you can make juicing, you can do all that kind of stuff. Instead of the government saying, hey, look, let's promote this infrastructure, let's develop our people to be agricultural exportation type of people. They say, hey, you know what? These niggas look like they could survive on tourism. There are fears that business will go bust and locals will go hungry following an estimated 50% drop in economic activity that has already hit beach resorts. Okay, lawyer and child advocate Malik Jallo told Sun Online, while some tourists will always want to help poor Gambians, others will see the situation as an opportunity to exploit young people. And don't even think that some people are trying to help you. Because again, why would everybody want to help you? Like black folk don't even want to help you. A lot of us are just sitting there, where do we do better? Why are you not poisoning the food? Again, pay attention to this right here. Hold on. They're at beach resorts. How you going to poison the food? Where you at? You in the beach resort too? It's like you never heard of no hotel? I ain't never been in no hotel. Even in New York. I mean, I've been to maybe 1 or 2, but the point being that, like, come on, like, how am I going to go poison people in a hotel? The problem is that the abuse is sometimes carried out with the blessing of the parents because they are so in need. Something that white people, or tubabs, as they call them, have stacks of cash, and these parents are often excited at their child's attention of the white man. And that's what I'm saying, like, you don't understand, if you don't fix the economy, why would they not be excited? Why would they not be excited over white folk? Why would they not be excited over free money? Why would they not be excited over surviving another week or month? You know what I'm saying? If you're on the brink of death, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? What's going to excite you? Huh? What's going to excite you? You're on the brink of death. What's going to excite you? The new video game that's out? Huh? The new movie, the new Tyler Perry movie? That's going to excite you when you're on the brink of death? Like, what do you think is going to excite them? Again, I put in the book. Get your weight up. Get your money up. Get your stacks. Start building in Africa. Start being the giver so you can be the receiver. And see, these white people are not giving, and what white people want to receive is just bodies. No, we want to receive power. You want power in Africa? Get your weight up. That's the whole plan. Like I said, I want the magic number is 20,000. I want 20,000 people to read my book. I want 20,000 people. What you need to do, if you say, I don't know what to do, you need to get 20,000 people with this book. As many as you can. Okay? You can give out those quote books, get the quote books, get them out. Just get them out. That's what I'm going to do. When I go to the continent, I might sell, I might give. If somebody's like, hey, you know what? Oh, they wouldn't mind buying this book. Got it. Somebody's like, hey, you know what? I can't really afford it. You know, maybe if they're real. You got it. It's a little quote book. It's a little quote book. I mean, it costs me money to print. That's why I don't just give it out. Right? But get it done. Get it done. Go out, get people, because what we need, like I said, if I had economy, you understand? We can walk in Africa today. We can walk into Africa today. Shit. I'm actually making me so proud to give the permission. It actually makes me so proud to give the permission to the boy or white person when the police try to question them, they will not cooperate. Look, she didn't look comfortable at all. This dude just taking pictures. And look, even if you might be like, hey man, this white boy, he's just taking pictures. Why didn't he do anything? You don't see all these black folk around? You don't see this? You don't see this? No, I almost mistakenly said black man. I'm telling you, I'm walking around with a cane. Everybody in there is getting caned. Maybe not this child. Well, not this child. Everybody's getting caned. Everybody. And some of you are like, man, why did you come cane me? Oh, you wait. You wait. Shit. Hold on a second. Let me go grab. Shit. I'm about to grab my cane right now. Alright, former Thomas Cook Representative Ann Heap, 53, from Wigan, I don't know what Wigan is, but said, these people are as poor can be. It's rare to see a child wearing shoes, and there isn't any other trade for them outside tourism. There's no trade outside tourism. That's the government. The government. Like, why are you governing if you cannot provide anything better than tourism? And you asking people, why are you governing? Thomas Cook used to always give us an extra 10 kilograms of luggage allowance so that workers and passengers could bring aid boxes to the Gambia. And that's what I'm saying. If you just dependent on another people, this is shameful. This is a shame. Shame. The first thing I thought of when we went under was, what is going to happen to the people in Gambia, right? We're the only airline flying directly there, right? I heard that crime has already shot up as there's not enough money coming in. The hand that feeds them is gone. You don't want your hand that feeds you to not be your government. This is why I said, you, African, listening, you go into government. You! When I was a little child, I dreamed of being a senator or a congressman. I was like, oh, I want to be a senator or a congressman. And I realized when I got older, I was like, I can't be that, so I'm just going to be an astrophysicist, right? But then I realized, it's not that I couldn't be a senator or a congressman. It's that I couldn't be a senator or a congressman in America. When I go to Africa, like I said, I'm going to be look, and you have 200,000 books, 20,000 books, right? That means we can get the votes, if we need the votes, or we can get whatever. What I'm saying is this, I'm carrying that cane, okay? I'm carrying that cane, we're going to change this. We're going to change this, but you need to get off your black ass and do something too. Can't be waiting. Sitting around waiting for me to like fans. How you don't like fans if you let these people molest your children? I don't like prostitutes. I don't like women that are just twerking. How you don't like that shit if you let people molest your girls? You love that shit. I heard that crime already shot up. Sex tourism is already huge in the Gambia. Some bars are like brothels. I don't know whether more children will get lured into prostitution to feed their families. When I was working there, I see old men walking with girls as young as 10, 11, or 12. This is the dark side. One time we were flying back to Manchester. There was a British man in the 70s with a girl who was only about 8 or 9. This was 8 years ago. So what do you think she's doing right now, 8 or 9, 8 years ago? Let's say this white boy dies. He died, he dead, he ain't leave her no money. She's 16 in the middle of England. Okay, she's 16 in the middle of England, right? She ain't got no schooling, she ain't got no whatever. What do you think she's doing right now? Soliciting sex from white men. Then you're going to say, hey, we ain't going to black people are going around dating white people. You think she should be ashamed of herself. No, you don't know her life. You never done nothing for her. You let her black ass, you let her walk up on a freaking airplane, fly out of her country with a man 2 feet in the grave. And now you're going to criticize her. Be like, why don't you do that with your life? Why don't you be a doctor? Well, you could have been a doctor. Like it's like that video. What the fuck are you talking about? Okay? I think I actually have that video. I don't know how to play it on this stupid thing. Also, actually, let me see if I can look it up. Oh no, I ain't on. Wait, let me see if I got it. Nah, don't worry about it. My computer's kind of slow. All right, I was so concerned about what was chat. I was so concerned about what was going on that I got to chatting to him outside the toilet during the flight. I wanted to speak to the girl too, but she never left her seat. She didn't look comfortable at all. Okay, but you know, right now she's comfortable with her sexuality. Feminist movement done got her. Or if she's not dead, if she ain't dead. I reported the boys and security later told me that the man had been apprehended, but I was not able to find out what happened to him or the girl after that. Yeah, okay. A child smothered on the beach of Gambia. Thousands of bricks flat. And so this is the problem right here. Now they're saying they don't think that this boy was caught up in child sex tourism. But this is the problem. Why do you have children selling nuts? You understand? Why do you have children by themselves selling nuts? Because what you have to understand about psychology, right, is that this right here is the fuck up. That's where you fucked up. Okay, that's where you fucked up, because you're going to have these children building relationships with these white men. Okay, you're going to have these children building, all right, look like this. Somebody was telling me this. If we, like we here in America, right, you don't necessarily have to worry about white child molesters, although there's a lot of that. I'm telling you, there's a lot of that in America, but you don't have to worry about that as much as, let's say, if you're in the hood, you might have to worry about, let me say it this way, two ways, right? So here's what the thing. In the hood, there are what you call like Jewish men, right? Like Euro Jews, who go all the way down to, let's say, Brownsville, right? There's a bridge there. I don't know the area. There's a bridge there, and they go there. These married Jewish men with lots of money, they go there, solicit young girls for sex. Now, I don't know where this area is. And now these are like maybe teenage girls. But this is like common in America. Like, you go to truck stops, you know, you got teenage black girls walking around soliciting, you know, getting solicited for sex. But again, these are teenagers. I mean, it's sick. But the child prostitution thing, I heard it was somewhere in Queens where you would have children holding hands, walking through the dead of the night, going to, you know, like old, like politicians, white politicians and such. People who write the laws. The people who write the laws in America. White politicians to, sex or whatever. And of course, most of these kids are white kids. So again, it's like they exist. Pedophilia is something normal for white people. Let me say this again. Pedophilia is something normal for white people. It's not unusual. It's not abnormal. It is normal for white people. All right. So why do I say all this? I say, oh yeah, the other thing that you might have to worry about in the hood is gangs. So gangs can recruit children by saying, hey, little man, go to the store for me. This is what brother used to tell me all the time. He's like, the gangbanger would say, hey, little man, go to the store for me. I want a bag of chips. Chips are like 50 cents. He hands the kid $100 bills, right? And the kid goes to the store like, yes, mister, I'll go to the store and get you a bag of chips. He goes to the store, pays $100 bills. Then he comes back with $99.50, and the gangbanger says, hey, keep that. Keep the change. You know, I got it like that. Right? Now, the little boy is now impressed. The little boy now wants to have some sort of attachment. The little boy wants to, it's basic psychology. The little boy now wants a relationship with this gangbanger. And that's the reason why the gangbanger even does it. Because he knows, hey, look, I just showed you that while you're starving at home, or while you're really hungry at home and you ain't got nothing to eat, I can just spend $100 on a bag of chips. Okay? While your mom is like, oh man, I'm getting paid $9 an hour, or I'm getting paid $8 an hour, and I have to work this blah blah, and I have all these things, I have these responsibilities, and I can't spare any money to get you new clothes. This guy can spend $100 on a bag of chips, right? So now that child will become a runner for that gangbanger. Okay, a runner basically means that he's going to get himself involved in the drug trade, or even a spotter. You know, somebody who look out for police or even a rival gang members. You know, because like I said, I was going through the hood one day, and these kids were just watching me. These little kids just watching me. You know, as I'm walking through, and they're just getting ready to report if, like, they don't know who I am, so just like, this guy just invaded our turf. Let me go report it. You know, there's somebody walking around on our turf. You understand? You know, whatever. So yeah, like I'm saying, if you already have your children going out, you done already fucked up. Okay, if your children are doing anything for adults that you don't know, you done already fucked up. Because you don't know what the intention behind those kids. Now, like, for the gangbanger, it's not too bad. He's just trying to, I mean, it's terrible. He's selling drugs. But it's not as bad as raping the fucking kid. Okay? And this is what white people are about. They're about raping kids. Period. We came across a number of tourists, young children in the West African resort. You know? I don't know why they blurred their faces, but they did. There's no proof to suggest that any of these men pictured were pedophiles. Now, look. Like, if he's a white man, he's like 9 times out of 10. Okay? 9 times out of 10, he's a pedophile. 9 times out of 10. Hold on a second. It's not too bad. 9 times out of 10, he's a pedophile. But, alright, however, the experts we showed our dossier and photos to said the police should have questioned them according to the Gambian child protection laws. Lamin Fatih said, this does not worry me. This does worry me, because if the children are in company, they should not be alone in tourist areas without their parents. It's forbidden for a child to be in a bar so late at night, and we do not encourage physical affection with minors. I live with young girls and boys, and I cannot hug them, and I would not hug them or pick them up. It is not appropriate. Malik Jallo said, I would have questioned these men. I had seen them myself. As a veteran activist, I would want to know if they have any authority to be caring for that child. Yeah, okay. We have a lot of good Samaritans coming to the Gambia, but we also have, and look at that, good Samaritans. Where's that from? Ladies and gentlemen, where's that from? I forgot to. All right, well, for those of you who don't know, you know, thank you. Thank you. But for those of us who do, unfortunately, Samaritans is like a reference to the Bible, the Christian Bible. But we have people who use charity as a front to hide their bad intentions. The security guard should have questioned these men, but there's a culture of inferiority here, and they would have been scared to challenge a wealthy Westerner. British tourists can still fly to the Gambia via Lisbon. And look how this article tells you what to do. Like they tell you, oh man, you know, this is so bad. Kids are sold for £2. I guess it's pounds. I'm just gonna guess because it's British. Kids are sold for £2. £2. And if you're a British tourist, you can still fly to the Gambia via Lisbon with the TAP airline, or you can go to Casablanca if that's more convenient. Royal Air Maroc. There's also a limited direct service run by the Gambia Experience Company, and package deals can be snapped up for just over £500 a person. So remember, you got £2 for a child and £500 to get there. You understand? Come on. See, I wouldn't have told you how to get there. I wouldn't have told you. The pensioners taking teens to hotels, right? Older British women are famed for holidaying in the Gambia, where they pick up some African gigolos. And of course, you know, like I said, like, what do you think happens to that little boy? What do you think happens to that little boy after being raped by a white man? What do you think happens to him? What do you think happens to him after that white man goes back from his vacation? Huh? You think he just says, okay, now time for school? Time to go to school and be and you know, really have a healthy, helpful life. I mean, after all, I was starving, but now that the white man left me with 50 pounds that ran up, it's time for me to now go be a welder or be a lawyer no, he's gonna be a fucking gigolo. Healthcare assistant Lucy Mendes, especially like some of these people got diseases. You know, these white people don't got diseases. Healthcare assistant Lucy Mendel was trying to enjoy a winter holiday in the country. She has come to see a second home, but she was shocked by some of the things she had witnessed during her trip. I've seen old men taking girls looking as young as 15 and 16-year-olds to their hotel room. Made me feel sick. I wish I could intervene, but this is not the UK, and I was scared what might happen if I tried to confront them, right? Yeah, I wish I could do something. People here are so poor, some of them will do anything for money, even if it means giving their bodies to a tourist. And that's what I'm saying, like, you have to understand that if the economy is shaped such that you cannot, like, you have to work to eat, or you need money to eat, right? Then, again, if you need money to eat, that means that you have to get money to live. You understand? It's like, are you living to work, or are you working to live? Okay? Are you living to work, or are you working to live? And this is, I mean, it's probably the same thing. Who cares? But like, the point is, you need money, okay? And if you don't have money, you will die. You understand what I'm saying? Like with people, like we have to, you have to say it. People die of starvation. Food is not an option. Okay, food is not an option. Food is not just a choice we make because it tastes good. We eat food in order to live. We eat food in order to live. So the question is, how can you feed our people? Are you feeding our people? If you are not feeding our people, you are setting them up to get raped. Period. Period. If you not, that's why I said 20,000. 20,000. I want to say to you, I want to say to you in my lifetime, hey, look, I kept 20,000 people fed. I kept 20,000 people fed. I set it up for 200,000 people to eat every day for the rest of their life. I set up 200,000 people, 2 million people, 20 million people. That's the goal. If you got zero people eating on your dime, shut up and get to work. You understand? And look, like I said, that work can be getting the book in other people's hands, getting the book in the government's hands. But getting this book out. Because there's nothing else to it. If you can't do anything else, the least you could do is pass on knowledge. The least you could do. So you got something to do. So Lucy's mom, pensioner, Marjorie, hold on a second. Go sit on the couch. Go, I'm on the thing. Yeah, alright. Where were we? Yeah, pensioner, Marjorie, the class of Thomas Cook has hit people so hard. They're getting half as many bidders tourists, and that means they might not make enough money to get through the quiet season, which starts in April. Okay? So they might not make enough money to get through the quiet season. What does that mean? That means that they're gonna die. That means the population is too big to support based off of the economic model. So the economic model needs to be reconstructed. Okay? Needs to be restructured. The economic model needs to be restructured, otherwise the population is too high, and it will correct itself by a lot of these black people that we see dying. And yes, the parents are giving away their children in order to make sure their children do not die. It's life or death. That's what we're looking at. And if you care for black people, then get your ass up. Dutch tourist Karina Bouwman also witnessed suspected child abuse during her two-week winter vacation in December. Social worker 54 said, "I've seen a number of tiny African children walking around with big white men. On each occasion I thought, what is going on here? Where is the child's mother? But I didn't want to accuse anyone in case I misread the situation." Shut the fuck up. Look, understand this. This is a social worker. The social worker is like, oh my gosh, what's going on here? Their social worker is getting fact checked. Or maybe some people like, social workers don't make this money. Yeah, the reason why is because you don't do shit. If you're just looking at this shit happen, why would you get a lot of money? I don't want to suspect anybody. I don't want to misread the situation. White men oppose little boys and girls. And look how they censor everybody's faces, but they mention everybody else's name. And they even censored his brother's face. Father for Abdullah La Bamba, 48, runs a fruit stand next to one of the many hotels that line Kololi's palm tree fringe beach, and says he has witnessed pedophiles targeting vulnerable children selling peanuts for less than a pound a bag. He said, "I've seen white men approach the little boys and right there on the beach. I tell the children, get out of here. It's not a safe place for you." Right? This is the brother. Nice fruit stand. The children will run away, but they normally come back. It's shocking. Their parents are desperate for money, and they know they won't be allowed home until they have sold at least 5 bags. So look at it. The parents are like, "Hey, what are you doing? What do you come back for?" I sent you out for money. I mean, and it makes sense. Again, like I said, they're going to die. They're fighting against death. And a lot of people are going to lose. You understand? And you ain't going to attend the funeral. Some men try to take advantage of this by offering them, what did I just say? 50 pounds for the whole basket. Then they will ask them to come back to go somewhere private. Again, they're not going to do this for free. Nobody wants all those fucking nuts. Look at these bags of nuts, my man. Like the little boy right here had a bag of nuts, so you can see the bag of nuts, so you can see. So he's like, "Hey, look, I'm selling these nuts," and the guy's like, "Hey, you know what? I could buy this whole bag for 50 pounds. Just come with me." Because he's not going to do that for free. Why would he want all these nuts Why would he want a stupid bucket? You understand? The dude's in a freaking hotel, has access to all the best food, and you come around here, you want some nuts? No, the dude wants a nut, if you understand what I'm saying. Yeah, it's gross, but look, that's the reality. It's gross, but that's the reality. Although I shouldn't have said that joke because it's kind of sick. But you have to understand that this is where and what's going on. You have to understand that this is where and what's going on. All right, they're giving you $50 and they say come back to somewhere, and don't come to me like, hey, you know, you're kind of gross. No, these white people are the gross ones. I ain't doing nothing. Hold on a second. Give me 2 seconds. Hey, stop singing. All right. So, child abuse scourge. Tragically, child abuse is now endemic in Gambia, where 60% of the 1.9 million population live below the poverty line. Right? Just 2 million people. Just 2 million people. You could feed that. You could feed that. You could clothe that. You could shelter that. But you sitting down doing nothing, saying, hey man, I think your joke was gross. Hey man, you shouldn't joke on this situation. That's what you're doing. No. You shouldn't sit your black ass down in this situation. Someone shouldn't joke in this situation. Oh yeah, I shouldn't, but still, like, come on. What you doing? Like, show me what you're doing, then I'll listen. Previous research shows how the pedophiles often pose as charity workers and good Samaritans so they can befriend poor families. And UNICEF has warned that the Gambia is one of Africa's top destinations for child sexual tourism. Okay. The Gambian government, meanwhile, has tried to crack down on this, and in 2013, listen to that, 2013, my dude, introduced new laws allowing them to seize hotel properties if children are knowingly abused on the premises. They also pledged to give out hefty fines and stiff sentences to pedophiles that are caught. 2013, it was in a problem from 2013. So what happened to those children from before that? Where are they now? But incredibly, there's been only one successful prosecution. One successful prosecution! Since laws were tightened and that man ended up being pardoned by the president. Norwegian teacher, Sven, whatever, 57 was, I don't know if that's Sven to be honest, was found guilty of abusing 6 children. The youngest, how old is the youngest? How old was the youngest? And he was in 2006. The youngest was, how old, everybody? How old? The youngest was 3. I don't know if you guys heard my son. You might have heard him. He was older than 3. Can you imagine that? And you don't know what he looked like, whatever. But little boy don't even know, you know what I'm saying? Don't even know to stay out of the room, right? Younger than that, getting molested, getting abused by a 57-year-old man. Well, I shouldn't even say man. 57-year-old boy. I shouldn't say boy because that makes it sound. 57-year-old. In 2006, what happened to that kid? 14 years later. He's 17 now. He's 17 now. What do you think is going on with his life? He might be dead. The court heard how he had tricked his way into the hard-up Gambian family by posing as a do-gooder, giving out parents sack of rice and new shoes in exchange for time alone with the large brood of 6 kids in a hotel room. Here, man, here's some rice and some shoes. Oh, you're so nice. Yeah, I'm just going to teach these kids something. They're not going to learn anywhere else. The pedophile had several convictions for child abuse in Norway, but was sentenced to just 3 years in jail. Then in 2018, President decided to pardon him for reasons that have never been explained. Adama Barrow, 2018 president, the president said, you know what, let's pardon this white boy. The pardon was later revoked amidst the public outcry. When the public's outcry, no, why don't you build up your fucking economy? Why don't you build up your fucking economy so that these people do not exchange rice and shoes for children? Now this is an organization they're going to talk about and child prostitution. And I don't even want to click here. I said you could donate. Not because I don't want to donate. Oh, look at that. 113 members. All right. The point with this is that this should be you. This should be you asking for donations to end child prostitution and trafficking. This should be you, not white folk, because a lot of these white folk are going to be the child abusers and traffickers. Period of free. In October last year, an official UN investigation found that Gambia's tourist areas continue to be a dangerous place for children, and that predators now stay in motels and private apartments so they can avoid prying eyes. Now listen to this. Listen to this right here. The UN. If you don't know this, the UN already like half of the UN impregnating Haitian women right now. Like right now, they raping women in Haiti. Okay. Right now they're raping women all over the world. Right, raping men all over the world. Okay, they're raping children all over the world, and it's the UN that's investigating, not your black ass. You don't see, for some reason you ain't see the AU investigation. Again, black family, you need to get your black asses up. And I'm telling you, man, I after this podcast, I want to see that some of my books were sold. After this podcast, I want you to send me pictures to put on social media that says, "Hey, look, Oni, I just got your book. I love it so far." I want to see reviews for my book. Right now, I don't see any reviews for my book. I got 3 reviews for the Book of Power. Why do I only have 3? Why do I only have 3 reviews? Someone needs to explain to me why I only have 3 reviews. Hold on a second. Let me show y'all. Only 3 reviews for a book I released eons ago. Only 3 reviews. How I only got 3 reviews? How I only got 3 reviews? That's what I understand. Explain this to me. Why I only got 3 reviews? Look at this. Customer reviews. 3 customer reviews. 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 3 reviews. Why do I have 3 reviews? Get your black ass up and review the book. In October last year, an official UN found that Gambia's tourist areas continue to be a dangerous place for children, blah, blah, blah. UN special rapporteur, right, reported the rare instances where complaints are lodged with the police are not duly acted upon. The gathering compelling evidence is delayed. An investigation and prosecution is stalled, resulting in victims or witnesses withdrawing their complaints. Some cases have also reportedly been dismissed on the grounds that statements by children's victims were allegedly inconsistent. A report comes after the UK government was slammed for failing to protect children overseas from British predators. A report by the independent blah blah. Look, UK government's not gonna do shit about that. They're protecting their children. You protect yours. Plain and simple. Again, we go into Africa to build a nation. Okay? And if that nation is at the expense of the nations in place, if we want to get these 2 million people fed, it has to be, there's something's got to give. Because you can't have these governments that are set up to just invite white people to rape children going on for long. And look, I can't do it by myself. I can't do it by myself. I can go to Africa by myself and say, hey, I got this little cane in my hand. Let's change stuff. They're gonna shoot me right there. They're gonna shoot me right there, and I'm gonna be one of those bodies washing up on the sea. If that's what you want, fine. If that's what it takes, fine. I get it. I get it. If that's what it takes, fine. But if you want to change something, come on. Let's do something. Let's do something. Get a boat, get a cane. Let's do something. A report by the Independent Inquiry, Child Sexual Abuse, found more needs to be done to make sure offenders operating in a poor country like the Gambia are caught and prosecuted. Calling for a new national plan to tackle the deadly beetle, blah blah blah, of this organization. We have to bring these institutions feel into light, blah blah blah. Right? Oh, look at this. Gold manhunt for RC pedo monster. This dude who ran a child sex ring from charity set up to help homeless kids. Global manhunt for this dude who's, well, I don't know if it's this dude, he's just reported on the dude, but he's set up child sex ring from a charity. Come on. That's the end of the article, family. You can check it out. I'm probably gonna put it in the description. Or no, matter of fact, no. Go to my social media. Go to my freaking Twitter. No, I'll put it up in the thing. Actually, I'll put it up. But actually, look, I'm gonna post it in the side right now, so that y'all could read it. But did I disconnect? I don't even know. Hold on a second. Let me see. Did I disconnect? You can check it out. I'm probably gonna put. All right. But that's the end all be all. That's the article. That's what I want you to look at. That's what I want you to get and understand. It's time. It's time to build. It's time to get things done. It's time to end this abuse of black people, because again, this has been going on for centuries. For centuries! I know you're like, oh, it's for years? Oh, I guess for decades? No, for centuries. And it ends with us. Alright, it ends with us. Abibi Faholie family, Shemi Motep, and of course, Nita Yetu. And let's not forget, matter of fact, Tulende Ma'a Tushinde is fair, right? And Tuendele Ankovia. Tuendele.